Hey guys and gals. So I've been doing some thinking with this whole crazy pandemic thing we have going on with food. And I don't know how you are, but out in the state of Washington, it's kind of crazy. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's hard to find food-ish. It's hard to find toilet paper, period. I have a bunch of salmon in my freezer from last year. I've got tons and tons of whole fillets. So basically what I want to do is do a canning video to show you guys how to can salmon. Alright guys, so I'm going to attempt to skin these. If I can do a good job, I've never really skinned any fish before. So if I can do a good job skinning these, I'm going to skin them before I can them. And if I can't, then I'm just going to not. So I have these completely ready to go. So now what we're gonna do, I have them all cut to the right size. It's gonna fit inside the jar. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these outside of the smoker, smoke them for about 2 hours, and we will go from there. All right guys, smoker's ready. So let's throw the salmon off. So we're not cooking these. We're not cooking these. We're actually just smoking this. So we just want to get it to the smoky flavor. So there's that. So we'll be doing this for about 2 hours, and I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. All right guys, there it is. That's about 2 hours, 2 large pans of alder. So here we go. Let's start the canning process. Okay guys, so first thing we need to do now is get the jars packed with some salmon. So just so you know, there's been a lot of people debating and talking on the internet whether you need to boil the jars and the lids for the canning. And so I was looking up on the internet, and according to the All-American Pressure Cooker Cookbook, empty jars used for vegetables, meats, fruits to be processed in a pressure canner, they do not need to be sterilized. So I'm not going to do that to any of the jars or the lids. They will be pressurized once they're in the boiling water for 100 minutes. So here we go. I'm going to start putting some of the salmon inside of the jars. Okay, everybody, so the salmon, this is a coho, wild-caught coho, smoked for 2 hours with the alder chips and the Big Chief. So now we're going to put them in the jars. So when you pack them in the jars, you want there to be some headspace of about 1 inch, which there is actually a line on the bottom of these jars, right below, about 1/4 inch below the threads, and that's where you want the meat to be in there. So basically all you're going to start doing now is packing the fish in there. I'll do it over here so it doesn't make too big of a mess. Just start packing the meat in. So this is completely raw still, so it's not ready to eat or is not edible. So it's just 2 hours in the smoker. Okay, 1 jar down. So the cool thing about canning the fish is also that once it's pressurized in the canning process, all the bones basically dissolve the high heat, so you won't be getting any bones or anything like that. So it's pretty cool. So I'll do this one here. So a lot of recipes will call for salt, canning salt or kosher salt, canning salt or whatever. It is not necessary. You don't have to do it. I might end up taking a little bit of garlic and putting them inside of it, but that's pretty much all I'm going to add to this. I want my salmon just with the smoky flavor. I don't want there to be any salt. I'll add salt to it later if I want salt. So I'm going to finish packing these up here, and we'll go to the next process after that. So So after you have the jars packed with your fish and you're getting it, you got the proper headspace, then now you want to clean the rim, making sure that there is no salmon debris or anything that's going to cause anything for the lid not to seal on here. So go over it with the rag, clean it up good, and make sure that they're all clean and free of all debris. Okay, so after you have all the rims cleaned off, you take your lids, you set them on there, and just go hand tight. You don't need to torque them down, just hand tight is what they recommend. Just like so. Like so. So just like that, I'll do the rest of these and then we'll place them inside of the pressure cooker. Well guys, I have all my jars inside of the pressure cooker. So now is the adding the water part. So you basically want to fill about 1/3 of the way up the jar with water. So you don't want to submerge the cans, but about 1/3 full up from the jar is about where you want it. So let's do that. Looks like we're there, guys. About 1/3 of the way up. It took about 6 pints of water. All right, so let me turn the water off. Okay, guys, so the jars are in. Water is in. Water is 2/3 up, or 1/3 up the jar. So now make sure when you get on, put your lid on, that you are sealed, that it's a snug fit. So here's our pressure, guys. So what we want to run is we want to run 10 to 11 pounds of pressure for 100 minutes. And then once that's done, and then we'll go through that process. So right now, I'm turning the burner on high, and we will see how long it takes to get to a boil. Okay guys, so it's pretty hard to see, but there is a lot of steam coming out right now, and it's been at a boil for probably about 10 minutes, so there it goes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on that little guy right there to build the pressure. So now we do not start the timer for 100 minutes until this gets up to 10 pounds, and then we'll start the timer. So okay guys, so this pressure cooker setup is the first time I've used this one. My other one was always at 10 pounds. So at 10 pounds you're going to want to pressurize for 100 minutes, but 15 pounds, you're going to want to pressurize for 90 minutes, so it'll be a 10 minutes faster. So what I did was once this reached 10 pounds, I brought the burner from high and I dropped it down to 6. And so that's going to keep us at roughly right at 15 pounds of pressure. So now we're going to go 90 minutes from right now. All right, it's been going for 45 minutes. It's still ticking. It's still right at 15 pounds. So we have another 50 minutes to go. Woohoo, guys. 7:30. Time to turn it off. So all we're going to do, shut this baby off and just let it cool down now. I think I'll move it over off of the heat to maybe speed up the time, the cool down time. There we go. She's all done. So now we're just gonna let her simmer down. It's already dropped a couple pounds. Let it go to 0 pounds. Then I'll pull that off and then we'll open it up and see how it turned out. All right guys, so it's been 90 minutes, 15 PSI of pressure. It's just dropped to 0 PSI now and there's no more pressure in the canner. So let's see how it turned out. It's still always kind of freaky with these afterwards. Oh, shit! I'll let that out. That hurt. That hot. Make sure when you take the lid off, you have your mitts on. Because when you open that lid, it's hot and it's gonna burn you. That was hot. Okay, cool. Check it out. So let me pull these out. So now what you want to do is, I think I can take these off now that my hands are scarred and numb. Pull these out like so. See how they're still boiling in there? So that fish is completely cooked. And you just set them down and wait for the lids to pop. All right, guys, so they're all out. They all look really good. So I want you guys to hear the sound and when you know that they're completely sealed. When they start to cool down, it compresses down and it pops that top and it makes a little sound, and that's when you know that you got your vacuum seal. So all the bones that were in this fish should be completely dissolved and part of the nutrition when you're eating this now. So, did you guys hear that? Hear that? That's what it's supposed to sound like when they're done. So there's the finished product right there. Smoked, canned, coho salmon. So it was just starting to be in the freezer longer than I wanted it to, so then I decided to can them up. So, and this is good for a long time, guys. With all the stuff that's going on right now in the state of Washington with coronavirus, the wife and I just got back from the grocery store, and there's a lot of stuff missing in the stores. People are kind of freaking out. It's not the end of the world, but it just brought something to me that said, you know, maybe we should start being a little bit more prepared with things. This time, you know, it's not so bad, but what happens if we get that big earthquake or whatever that they're talking about? So that's that, guys. Canning is easy, and I think you should all do it. Who doesn't like some canned smoked salmon? All right, talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.